Well, like when we were a guest on Fresman's show, I felt like we showed up as a team.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like when he left and we hijacked the show we just talked ourselves, I felt like you and I had been doing, like you and I had been a duo.
Yeah, we've been a duo for at least longer than,
No one intervened on behalf of...
Good. Jim Overton, I'm Trey. And today, we have
Salutations, good people. Welcome to the CS Podcast, where we create stuff. Or if you're Trey,
Money!
Oh, God. Create shit.
I don't know, what if you had 60 chickens?
An inch and a half, that's about that.
That's about there.
You said it with confidence.
Hey, kid, that limp was pretty good, but that wince was money.
He's had him throwing a goat, and in midair, he's just like, ah! Like, I don't know what sound a Barry Manilow makes.
You know what a hawk sounds like, right?
I do. It sounded like you were trying to say a word. Jody in the Soapbox is opening for Retro Garbage tonight. We gotta get there, man. We gotta get tickets. The first thing we're gonna buy with our gumball money is an animated butt. What just chaps your nipples? Like, what is it? What is it, boy?
I don't know, son. It's just a joke.
Gary Bankston.
And today, we've got our hands absolutely full. Salutations, good people. Welcome to the CS Podcast, where we create stuff. Or if you're Trey,
Create shit and hit our knees. That hurt.
and today we have our hands absolutely full with a new year. And what does that mean?
That means we're going to do new stuff. We didn't rehearse this beforehand. We talked about it.
We're going to resolve to learn more about one another.
We are. So we're gonna play Let's Get Deep. What? Well, that's what we're doing.
It's a card. Well, just let me explain.
Oh, okay.
It's a card game. A card game.
Yeah, for couples and friends and a couple of friends.
You're not helping me here. We're gonna learn more about each other, and you, the viewing audience, get to
learn with us.
And this is quite the game.
Yeah.
It's it can go well, it could go bad, it could go sideways. It could go
deep.
It could go deep, then it could go deeper.
Yeah.
So, with that being said,
yeah, so we've got a special guest with us tonight.
Yes, we do.
We do have Corey in the house.
You've heard us mention Corey quite a few times.
Yeah.
Corey, however, is a little camera shy, so they're going to be off camera. However, they are going to be helping us with this game and what card to pick. So there's 3 levels of questions in this, and it starts out icebreaker, it goes deep, and then it goes deeper.
Yep.
So icebreaker is going to be 1, deep 2, deeper 3. And Corey behind here is just going to hold up their hands and show us which one we should do next.
Yeah, so you want to go ahead and dive right in?
Might as well.
All right, we've got a 1 from Corey.
We're going to go with the icebreaker.
I don't know how this is organized, so I'll let you.
I feel like, well, I should probably get out. Our...
Not my our Kama Sutra. It's broken.
Gosh, if you're listening to this on Apple or Spotify, and you
go ahead
heard...
and leave us a 5-star review and follow us on Spotify. That was a good segue. Thanks, Josh.
Really was.
Go ahead and leave a comment down on this video and hit that subscribe button because we're up to 52 subscribers. 52.
Welcome, new subscribers.
Yeah, welcome. And then, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OfficialCSPod. And I don't know, I think Tommy T-Rex T-Rex is in the way, but we do have it up here if you need spelling. So, yeah, you can see it. I hope you can see that there. You could kind of see it in the last episode when I was editing.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Do we dare play rock, paper, scissors again?
Yeah, see who goes
go
first. Ready? All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay.
Okay.
So what was it? Where did we play rock, paper, scissors where we matched each other? We went about 7 rounds.
7 or 8 times, yeah.
Anyways. Yeah. So I guess, do I go first? We didn't actually decide what would happen if...
Well, you win, so I guess maybe you ask me.
Okay, I'll ask you.
Because I'm the victim, I guess.
Are you always early or always late?
I'd say I'm normally always early.
Normally always early?
Yeah. And depending on the level of importance and the casuality of said event.
Causality.
Yeah.
So, people listening, if ever you need to invite Josh somewhere, you can tell him the right time. You don't have to give him an extra 30 minutes.
Yeah.
In fear of him being late.
Just let me know what's important to you.
Yeah.
And I'll show up on time.
Otherwise, I don't give a shit.
I'm constipated. I couldn't give a crap.
All right.
Okay. I guess I'll just do... Maybe we should, like...
Or just one apiece? Okay, that works.
Okay.
Never
Good
mind.
idea.
False alarm.
Good idea, Corey. What's your favorite sport to watch?
Oh, that's a great one. I really love watching jousting. No, I don't really watch sports. Like I listen to a lot of sports because I have to produce, like, sports for the radio, station. But I'm not like a sports guy.
Yeah.
If I had to pick, I don't probably football.
I'm only into the fake sports.
Oh yeah, like, yeah, that one.
Oh man, I'm dripping.
Is it because we're getting deeper?
I knew I didn't have to follow
This
up
is
with
gonna be
that.
a fun episode to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Innuendo. Or in
Ready
your
for
window.
In your window.
Oh.
Well, that got
We just got
deeper
3
quick.
fingers.
All right. So I think it's fair you ask me now. Like, can we alternate that way?
Sure.
I guess that'll make sense.
Sure. When were you last in a fight? What caused it, and who won?
Like a fist fight, or like,
Well,
like it was like just an argument or a disagreement.
Well,
Because I don't fight a lot.
yeah. Well, I think most adults don't.
Yeah.
But were you only ever in the one that you told me about?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with that one.
Okay.
Let's go with a physical fist fight.
Yeah, my one and only physical fist fight with my brother.
Let's hear it.
If it's going to be anybody. I don't even remember what it was over anymore. I just know that I was in my room and I was mad, and I just, like, he was getting on my nerves, my mom was getting on my nerves, and I felt cornered, and I was like, I need to leave. Like, I need to walk out of the room. I need to go somewhere else. And my brother was standing in the doorway. He's like, well, you're going to have to get through me. And I was like, oh, can you move? And that happened maybe one more time. And then finally I just saw red, and I tackled him. And we landed in the hallway, and he rolled over. He was on top of me, and I got about 3 hits in right about, like, right here, kind of,
Yeah.
Upper head, whatever, like right next to the temple.
Yeah.
Before he finally grabbed my arms and held me down, and I couldn't hit anymore. So that's the only fight that I've ever been in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
All right.
Well, don't corner
me.
Trey.
Yeah, don't corner me. God. Is there anything about growing older that scares or concerns you? I feel like yours is better than mine.
I mean, I like to think of myself as someone who tries to stay in shape, and
Yeah.
that, and just not looking like I did, like, at my best. Like, I'm only gonna look the best I ever can, or the best that I can once.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you get a little bit older, you keep working out, you might be a DILF.
Yeah,
You got that going for you. Like,
well,
you might not look like 20-year-old Josh, but
Well,
you
I've already-
look like damn good 40-year-old Josh.
well, I've already got a daughter, so technically I could be
Yeah, you could be. You might be.
I could be.
You might be.
I could be.
Can we get a ruling in the comments?
Oh God, no! Don't comment.
Yeah.
Don't comment on my DILF status.
Oh, okay. Numero 2.
2. Okay, so you
Excuse
first.
me. Is that
Deep.
Oh, that's right. You pulled them out. Ooh. If you were a president, royalty, or world leader, what would you like to accomplish?
Well, as the Scottish Prince himself, I'd like to see Scotland have its freedom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, independent from them English bassers. That's how you say bastard in a European accent.
Bassers?
Basser.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm
That's a fun fact.
pretty sure most Scottish and Irish, that's how you would say it.
Yeah.
At least for Scottish. What would I like to accomplish if I was royalty?
Yeah, or
Like a
president or a
president?
leader, some kind of like, if you ran a world power.
Oh, wow. Instead of spending a lot of time on this, I would like to order stricter guidelines on social media when it comes to, like, I don't want to stifle anybody's speech,
Yeah.
but when it comes to certain things on social media, because my God, it's torn us apart.
I respect that.
It's done a lot of good. A lot of good, but the amount of cyberbullying, I would, let's just simplify it and say I would have cyberbullying policed way more.
Okay.
It's too easy to make somebody feel bad about themselves nowadays behind the veil of a computer screen.
Yeah.
It's not okay. So that's what I would do.
Okay.
What did you used to do with all your free time before? Now, this is set up for couples.
Yeah.
So,
Before we got together.
before we started dating.
Well, before we started seeing each other, Josh, and started doing the podcast, and took up all my free time.
An hour and a half a week.
Yeah.
I'm giving it back to you. Now it's only an hour.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. These 30-minute episodes are hard to, like, we're already at, what, 10 minutes? Ish? Like, it's crazy how fast these
10
go
minutes,
by.
exactly.
Hit
that on the head.
Well, thanks. It's that producers
Just
keep time, yeah. What did I used to do with my free time? Honestly, not a lot different. Like
maybe you and your maybe
and
you
my
and
actual spouse?
your wife before you two started dating.
Honestly, listen to music.
Okay.
She doesn't like me playing my music around the house, so
Okay.
I just don't listen to a whole lot of music. Like I used to come home from school, like in high school, and immediately I'd be in my room and I'd flip my music on, and that's what I would do, music and whatever else, and I'd have like the TV, if I might have the TV on, and it would just be muted.
I gotcha.
Which is a weird way to, like, it's a weird dynamic, but that's just what I used to do. And then sit there and I might scroll through Reddit for a couple hours or do whatever or play games. But a lot of music.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. We're done with that round, right?
Yeah. Next one. Ooh, an icebreaker. So it's up to you.
Yep. Did you play any sports growing up?
So it's not technically a sport, but it may as well be considered a sport. I was in marching band, and we had just as much practice as like your football team, and whatever. Like we were out there. We had Bandcamp.
I know it can be really intense.
Yeah, I mean for 2.5. I mean it's not as physical in the sense that like.
Clearly, you're not headbutting each other.
Yeah, and we're not doing, like basketball, like suicide sprints or anything like that. But, we're out there, we're marching, we're learning our paces. And
you're holding an instrument up with your arms consistently.
And it's something that I feel like isn't considered a lot, like,
Physically
you have to
demanding.
breathe when you move, but, like,
And also-
we not only have to breathe, but we're playing, like, we're pushing out excess air to be able to power our instruments,
Right.
For your your woodwinds, brass section, all that. But like your drummers, no, they're not. But
Right. Well, and then even the drummers, if you're carrying a 20, 30-pound snare drum, maybe it's not that much. I don't remember.
It's not technically a sport, like. And
Sure.
You can argue about it all you want, but I mean, we put in as much work as our football team or our soccer team or our basketball team.
You put in as much time at your craft, for sure.
Yeah.
And for those of you who want to scoff at that, go pick up a branch that weighs roughly the same amount as a trumpet or trombone does.
Yeah.
And go in your backyard when it's 90-degree weather.
Work on your facings. You've always got to face front. So even when your legs are this way, your body has to be this way. It has to be squared. And we had trees out on our, like, across from our where we marched, like where we practiced, horns up at the tree. So for
at least 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you kind of, and then it's reset and go back, and then you're working the same pacings. But like when you get into actual, like when you're on the field and you're in either a competition or you're on the field for like, a football game.
Yeah.
It's probably about roughly 9 to 12 minutes.
Well, it's marching,
Depending on
so
how long
it probably has to be similar to military precision.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
you follow the man in front, and
not comparing it
sometimes
to the
you have
military.
to jazz run,
just-
and it just depends.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, it's more than like people think about it, and like you just walking around. Well, like you're just walking around playing notes.
band.
Well, I have to have 3 full songs memorized. Like I can't carry sheet music out on the field with me. So it's all by memory, the
Gotcha.
runs and everything.
That's kind of terrifying to think about it.
And so you have to think about your pitch, you have to think about the notes, you have to think about the rhythm, all while staying in step with everybody else around you. Left, right, left, right, left, right. You got to roll your feet. You got to remember your facings. You got to keep your horn up to a certain height. And the whole time when you're marching for a competition, you got the judge out on the field that'll walk right up to you and stand about as far away from you as we are.
Yeah.
And they're grading you on the whole thing. They're watching your feet. They're listening to your horn to make sure you're actually playing and not faking it. And we were always told, if you get a judge anyway, they're gonna run them down. They know to get out of the way, but they don't always know if you're gonna come. They're like, don't be afraid, right through them. But yeah, I consider
That's like in pro wrestling. If you throw a clothesline and the other guy doesn't duck, that's on him.
Yeah.
Chris, I was training the other week. He goes, so if the other guy doesn't duck, I'm just supposed to hit him. I'm like, dude, it ain't ballet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a physical sport. It's contact, full contact.
Throw it as hard as you possibly can.
Yeah, that way next time he knows.
Yeah. Well, that way you want to throw it as hard as you can because the crowd will look at it and go, whoa, if that connected,
Yeah,
he'd have been dead.
Yeah.
Well, and then if it connects, it's on
he
him.
was dead.
Yeah.
All right. What shows are you into right now?
I just have one that I watch.
Yeah.
My Hero Academia.
Hey, that counts. It's a show
That's
that you're into.
Very much a show that I'm into. I want to restart The Walking Dead.
Oh, okay.
I would love to do that.
Yeah. They're what, like 12 seasons now? 14 seasons?
Oh, my God.
They're up there.
It's up there. It's not quite 12.
Is it not? I thought it was further than that.
I want to say it's roughly 9,
Oh,
10,
okay.
maybe. Yeah, I mean, you're not far off, but
Yeah. I just felt like it was more than that.
I'm pretty sure. But
Which they've got The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. I think they're coming out with another spinoff.
Really?
I think there's another one.
I haven't
Maybe.
watched it in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't. I watched the first season, and that was kind of it.
I haven't watched Netflix since I've lived here,
Yeah.
and I just don't know why. But
All right.
yeah, My Hero Academia. That's it. It's an anime.
Yeah.
It's a thumping good one.
That's a thumping good.
Yep.
2.
Okay. Go ahead.
I just asked that, so yeah, I'll ask it again. Put a stop to war or end world hunger, and why?
Wow. Let's end world hunger because I think people are always going to fight.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that's the point in ending it.
Yeah.
World hunger because
Yeah.
whoa, I just said because twice.
Yeah.
Dude, it's all those fumes from the smoker.
Dude,
I
I
was
know.
helping you
Yeah.
with. Oh my God.
I'm still a little lightheaded.
Oh. World hunger because children aren't going to go to war.
Yeah.
Maybe when they grow up. However.
Yeah. So Morgan got that question last night. She said the same thing, was world hunger. My thought was war. Because if you could stop war and all the fighting, I feel like world hunger would follow. And then the money,
how?
and the money you channel into war, you could put it towards other things.
There you go.
If you're not fighting, if you're not too busy fighting each
and-
other, you could focus on other things. Like you could focus. I'm not saying it necessarily would also stop world hunger. I just think like it's a possibility. It's not 100% guaranteed.
Yeah.
Either way, the way you do this, if you choose to stop world hunger, it's 100% guaranteed. If you choose to stop war, it's 100% guaranteed.
Right. Well, and if you stop world hunger, I imagine how much more peace there'd be. Imagine how much more, like...
I just think people are always going to be greedy.
Yeah.
And if they're not going to be fighting over food, they're going to be fighting over oil or land or...
Yeah.
Because you said something to me. Like,
Right.
it just, I don't know. That's the way I see that. If you could...
That's interesting. That's a really good question.
I feel like putting a stop to all war, I feel like it gets to the root of a lot of problems because there's a lot of different reasons to fight wars. Like it's not just like because I'm mad at you. And to stop war altogether, you'd have to solve every single one of those issues.
Right. Well,
I don't know. Maybe not. I may be thinking too far into it. It's just a thought.
Right. And I guess for me, I would think like war is like, it's a man-made thing. Like it's, it's...
Well, it's profitable.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
For sure. But with hunger, it's, with a lot of people don't have a choice.
Yeah.
With being hungry, we do have a choice to go to war.
Yeah.
People can refuse to fight. People can I won't say it, but
okay.
We could. It's a slight jab at another part of the world.
That's fine.
But I feel like hunger isn't always voluntary.
No, it's not.
Especially with children and infants and things of that nature. But that's as deep as we have to get with that.
Yeah, we don't have to go deeper. Your turn.
Okay. Have a horribly corrupt... What's up with the political crap? Have a horribly corrupt government or no government?
Ooh.
Why?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I would hope to lean towards no government than a horribly corrupt one, just because maybe on the off chance that people could just police themselves. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough question.
If you look at it like... I won't say the government. I'll say the media.
Yeah.
How the media... for their own selfish reasons, they turn us against each other with the propaganda. The propaganda they put for them.
Yeah,
it's terribly not
profitable.
Yeah, it drives ratings, and that's it.
Yeah,
and it fuels negativity. That's why I love that YouTube got rid of the dislike count.
Yeah,
it serves no purpose.
Yeah.
It serves zero purpose, except for negativity. That's all it adds.
Yeah. I wonder if you'll still have the people that like I see YouTubers that talk about, I've got one person that subscribed to me that has notifications turned on just so they can dislike my video. Like, I wonder if you still have that because they can't see they know they disliked it, but
right. You took away their power.
Yeah. It's kind of in kind of a weird way. Yeah.
Right. That's so funny. Like, oh, well, we all have an opinion, so comment.
Yeah.
So comment.
Yeah, you doo-doo head. That's what you say.
Yeah.
You doo-doo head, I don't like your videos.
Comment and practice. Good Lord.
Yeah,
comment and practice your diplomacy.
Yeah, your diplomacy. Hey, get diplomatic in our comments and let us know what you think about this game and if you're enjoying it so far.
Yeah.
And, whatever time we're at. Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star review, follow us on Spotify, and on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at @OfficialCSPod. We're at 20 minutes.
Yes, we are.
I'm trying to write that down. I had to go searching for them in the last one. Ooh,
deeper. God, you made eye contact with me.
I was not going to not.
Okay, so this is definitely a couple's question.
Okay.
But I feel like...
It's applicable?
It is applicable and applicable.
Applicable.
Do you ever compare our relationship to anyone else's? Whose and why?
Hey, you know what? I actually do.
With podcasts?
Yeah. With me and you. Like, legitimately, that's a good question.
Okay.
When I am in the studio doing, like, when I was helping run Game On, like that whole show with John
you do.
It was a duo. It was a dynamic duo. John Ellis and Richmond Weaver. And I've constantly found myself like, man, how would we flow if we were talking about this? How would we go in and out of like breaks if we were to do radio? Like I actually that and like a little bit any kind of like radio duo, like a morning show, like Bill and Beth. Yeah, I think about it. Like I'm like, well, I wonder what it'd be like if this instead of a podcast was like a morning show, and I compare the two. Like I'm like, okay, what would our dynamic like? How does our dynamic differ from theirs?
Yeah.
And granted, like Bill and Beth have been working together for what, like 20, 30 years now, so there's obviously a different dynamic there.
It's at least like what, 20?
Yeah, at least. And then conversely, you have John and Rich who've been doing it about as long as we have, like working together.
Oh, really?
They started, I want to say this is my second year doing all of the tailgate show and stuff. So like they would have just started in September, August or September, and we started in December.
Okay.
And then we've gone on. So yeah.
But you've mentioned how You compare, and they'll probably never watch this, and even if they heard it, they probably wouldn't mind you speaking on it. And if you don't want to, you don't have to, but or you can just edit this in post.
Yeah. Well, it's just
about how it made you feel a little more confident in what you and I have.
I feel like, and it's not that there's any egos in play. You've got a guy that's like Richmond. He's great, and he comes from podcasts. And then you have John Ellis that comes from radio. It's two different worlds meeting, and there's just a little bit of clash on how they think.
That.
Oh yeah,
about this too.
So like, it's just a different meeting, like different expectations of how things should run. It's not that they fight or anything, or there's any problems. It's just like, it's funny that
we don't come from those two worlds. We
and like, we don't have to discuss anything. We kind of sit down and we just kind of know each other's flow.
Yeah.
And we're so similar in the way that we do things that like, I don't know how to explain it.
We are now, like, we're drifting into having more solid topics, but I feel like we've had a great warm up.
But like, we go, okay, like this one, we went, okay, we're gonna play Let's Get Deep. Like that was pretty much the full extent of our conversation for this episode. And we're here 24 minutes in, and that's all we had before we hit record.
And we've not stopped talking.
Yeah, like there's no me having to think, well, okay, how do I need to feed this question into Josh? How do I need to there's none of that. How are we going to get out of this show? How are we going to intro it? Like, I trust you enough to know that you're gonna intro it right, and we just roll and do it. It's best way I can describe it is we've only been doing this for a little over a year, but it feels like we've been doing it a lot longer because we click so well. Whereas you can kind of tell they're a year or two into it. Like,
gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think that's the best way. They're still figuring each other out.
Well, like when we were a guest on Fresman's show, I felt like we showed up as a team.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like when he left and we hijacked the show we just talked ourselves, I felt like you and I'd been doing, like you and I'd been a duo.
A duo. Yeah, we've been a duo for at least longer than We should huff smoker fumes more and then just do shows.
Get a little tuned up.
Yeah, get a little tuned up
on Applewood chips.
Yeah,
and then
charcoal.
And then we have to share that fact about when I told you to read the instruction manual.
Oh yeah,
and everything that we did
was wrong.
Was not supposed to happen. And what were the consequences?
Dude, I didn't even know that there were that instruction manual was so shitty. I didn't know there were instructions on how to actually use it. Like, it barely showed me how to put it together.
Right.
So I was like, well, it's not going to tell me how to use it. So I watched 2 YouTube videos that were pretty good. Like, they were pretty informative. It's just they didn't have exact measurements or anything. So we were like, so it's like, don't use what is it? Self-start or the quick start charcoal, or whatever
the charcoal
it's called.
that's already infused with lighter fluid.
Like, don't use that. And I was like, oh, is that what? You're like, yeah, that's what we used. I was like, okay, that's what I thought. And I was like, why do we not? And I started reading it.
Yeah,
I
asked you. I said, why?
It could explode.
That was
when
one
you
of the
take
words.
the lid off of it.
Explosion or flash fire.
Yeah, flash fire or explosion. And I was like, oh, okay. Well.
We looked at each other and we're like, well, glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, glad that didn't happen the 2 times we took the lid off.
Uh-huh.
And then. Like, I didn't know how much charcoal to use. I was like, I'll just fill up most of the bottom. Like, I don't.
You used about half of the bag the first time,
which seemed normal. Like, I was like, it can't be more than like that. I felt like I was using a lot.
You were literally using half the amount required.
Yeah. I was gonna say it called for 8 to 10 pounds of charcoal. I used 4.
Only had an 8-pound bag.
Yeah.
And you used 4 both times.
Yeah. Why didn't we just add the other 4 pounds? Well, because I assembled the smoker wrong and had the water pan in the wrong place. And when I go to take the water pan out, it poured onto the coals, and then we were like, well, we should probably start over.
You know what it was?
Yeah.
You didn't put you weren't wearing that flannel shirt when you did it.
That's exactly.
If you'd have been wearing the flannel, it'd have just.
Yeah. I just died. It just exploded and killed me.
No, that was the idea popping into your head,
okay.
And you having knowledge of it just because you were wearing a manly flannel shirt.
That's fair.
Yeah. Instead, you were in pajama pants.
Yeah.
With reindeer on them.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
That's what it was. I was wearing my reindeer pants when I should have been wearing my man flannel.
Your mantle.
My mantle.
Okay.
All right.
Who went?
I think you did. You asked me.
Okay.
Right?
I think. Yeah.
think so,
because comparing us to
Yeah.
else.
It was deeper, right?
Yep.
Do we do deeper? Okay. Do you believe in second chances? Why or why not? What? Oh, did I mess up?
Oh yeah.
Oh
you
yeah, we caught the smoker on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. The outside, it started lighting up, and I was
We
like,
were both looking, and the fire starts creeping out of the door.
out of the door. It was coming out of it. I was like, oh, that's not right. Like,
You go, is that the smoker on fire? I'm like, is the door just open? Because the way the flames are creeping
around the corner,
and then it just grew.
Well, then I was like, well, maybe I had a piece of charcoal in there, and I was like, it's the paint.
You took the oven mitt and you got close to it and you started booping it. You're like, I'm like, well, if it's a substance, if it's I don't know. That just doesn't seem safe.
So then I just smacked it out. I just patted it out.
And you're like, oh no, that's not right.
Yeah.
I'll
take care of that.
Then you became an expert at. You became Smokey the Falco.
I lead my life in confidence. As long as I carry myself with confidence, it doesn't matter. That's not right.
Yeah.
So this will be the one to wrap it up because we are getting close to the 30-minute mark.
Okay.
Do you believe in second chances? Why or why not?
I do.
Cool.
I believe that the line, people stay the same, people never change.
Yeah.
Well, it has to do with your integrity.
Yeah.
On if you want to change, if you want better for yourself.
Yeah.
So I 100% believe in second chances. Yeah, we better wrap this up. And I need to go lay down.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm going to go to the gym with Corey and probably just pass out on the bench. But no, people can change.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that. It's not easy to make genuine changes at your roots.
Yeah.
But
And you have to want it.
Right. And for example, a kid getting bullied at school.
Yeah.
The bully, that's who needs the love. Mm-hmm. And they can change. They were probably a product of their own environment. It's just how they were raised.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not saying people shouldn't be held accountable for their actions.
Well, yeah, definitely.
100%. But a lot of times being held super accountable can change a person.
Yeah.
And then again, they can go right back to their old ways.
Yeah.
But some people don't change. That doesn't mean
It's unfortunate, but
it's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
That doesn't. I don't believe that it's because they can't change.
yeah, it's a lack of wanting to change or the ignorance in the sense that
And how
they don't
to
realize
even.
they don't know how to, or they don't realize that they need to change, or they don't believe that they need to change.
That too.
It could be that kind of like, well, I'm fine the way I am. Well,
yeah.
okay, you keep living in that.
We all have character flaws.
Yeah.
And that could be not being self-aware.
Well,
could
it's very
be.
human of you. Very,
Thank you.
yeah.
But yeah. What about you? Do you believe in second chances?
Fuck no. No, I'm just kidding. No, I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to elaborate. I think you did enough for the both of us.
Okay.
I feel very similarly to the way you do.
Okay.
Yeah. I just don't. We're getting close to the end.
Don't
so I'm
need
not
to
gonna-
repeat.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't be able to add to the conversation any more
Okay.
than I already have. But I agree.
Cool.
But,
I figured your heart would allow that
yeah.
because I do know you well
Ah.
enough to know that your heart would have allowed that.
And now y'all do too.
Now y'all do.
Now y'all do.
Now y'all do.
So yeah, you got to know a little bit about us, and let's kick this New Year's off right. Wish you guys a happy and safe New Year's.
You almost said sappy.
I did. Sappy and hafe New Year. And
Yeah, be hafe out there.
I'm going to go huff some more fumes and check on our chicken.
All right. You're going to do what to the chicken?
Check on it.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to check on the chicken.
I was just going to make sure you weren't going to choke on that chicken.
Choke on that chicken.
Yes. Happy New Year, everybody. And I guess we could give a little preview for next week's episode
Oh, yeah, we can.
because technically
Technically, it's done.
done.
Yeah, we forgot it was New Year's, and we went, hey, we probably should have said something about Happy New Year's in this episode. Josh was like, we can just push it back. That's the magic of the podcast.
It took me a few days for the idea to pop in my head.
And I was like, hey, that's right. So we actually recorded that episode about a week before this one.
now we know moving forward if we should ever drop one earlier or later, we have the option to do that.
Yeah.
But look at us
I know. It's
having videos cocked and loaded.
So yeah, next week we're going to be talking a little bit about Laudney.
Yes. So next week's episode is what is your dream video game?
Next Friday's episode. Now, next Monday's episode we'll
yes,
get to.
next Friday. So a week from today.
Yeah.
As this drops, we'll be talking about our dream video game and what your dream video game is.
Yeah.
And what are the elements? What does that look like?
Yep.
Until then, I've been the Scottish Hush Puppy, and I got some food to go eat.
And until next time, my ghastly gang, stay spooky.
Jordan Bell stirred. Jordan Bell stirred.
Create shit. Build anything. Make it real.
I've been getting dirty money, Jordan Bell third. Stacking penny stocks while I'm flipping these birds. Sipping on Ciroc, trip 'em up.